Hello there, I'm George Foster, the owner of North Point Digital Productions and producer of the Zion Benton Region, a video series on Facebook and YouTube and Vimeo. Today we're meeting with Alanna Whitmore, Village Trustee, Village of Winthrop Harbor. Alanna and I have been talking about a vision that we have with the VFW. I'm a life member here of the VFW, and we're looking to light up our memorial there at the park to feature the Ground Zero monument and the rest of our tributes to our fallen veterans and so on, to make it an area that really pops at night with illumination on a future rose garden and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier that's going in soon. But at any rate, we're going to talk today about Alanna's role as a trustee and the vision that we share in terms of what we see happening down the road with 38 Acre Park. And Alanna, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me and having me on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a lot of different visions for 38 acres and the park moving forward. And they all kind of separate in different parts. First and foremost, we kind of want to assist in any which way we can with lighting up the memorials, lighting up the path there around, especially our new addition that we just received last year, and making that a more congruent to, deter any type of vandalism, and also just showcase it a little bit more. And then we also are looking at moving forward with transitioning the pond area into much more kid-friendly, a safer environment. As I'm sure a lot of us know, the pier has seen better days. It's definitely kind of taken its toll from weather conditions, the rise in
The higher water.
the water rising and lowering every year. And so we're really looking to either fix the pier or just replace the pier. We actually are having a building inspector come out and take a look at it along with our public works department. And then also I know we've talked about adding in a light fixture in the middle to really light up the pond. Even see if we can add any type of like solar lighting around the pond just to really light that up. So, whether we can do evening fishing with kids, and definitely add in more of that fishing aspects for the little citizens of Winthrop Harbor. Winthrop Harbor is definitely trying to move more towards fishing, at the forefront in Lake Michigan, really trying to entice people to come to Winthrop Harbor for our fishing. We have obviously tons of different activities, tons of different companies that are revolved around fishing in Winthrop Harbor. So we're really trying to encourage that again, then with the littles at the park as well. Yeah, so that is one of the aspects. And then also I've been working with or trying to reach out to several different companies to see if we can get any type of donations, any type of funding to redo the park at 38 acres. Our park is 27 years old this year. It's normal wear and tear. It's been vandalized. If you go there with your children, you can see it. And we've had to take down a couple of the play equipment for the younger kids, some of the swings, just to make sure that it's a safe environment for kids. But obviously then we're losing a lot of that play space for kids. So we're really looking to see if we can raise some money for a new park. New parks don't come cheap. They're a couple $100,000.
Wow.
And that's kind of bare minimum. That's not, raising up that area, because if it rains, it kind of floods the park. Maybe adding in the soft ground area just to make it a little safer. We would like to make it more ADA compliant. That way everyone can have fun at the park. And so there's a lot of different aspects that obviously kind of go into more costly aspects. But yeah, we're definitely trying to get much more funding and maybe some donations for a new park.
We've had some amazing events out there that I recall in the 30 plus years, well, close to 40 plus years that I've been in this region. I can remember the Jan and Dean concert out
Yep.
there. We've had a number of things. And in the region, and I kind of think of this area as a region, the area of dominant influence, if you will, of Zion, Winthrop Harbor, Beach Park, Wadsworth, kind of all pulling together to feature or showcase events in the region, if you will. We've had the international jet ski competition down at the lakefront and the offshore power boat. You know, our charter fleet here is a good charter fleet. A few years ago, we made it into the top 5 best fishing towns in the United States in a contest that we were involved in. So we got tons of potential, but we've got to tell the world about it.
Well, and that's exactly right. I mean, obviously Winthrop Harbor and it's Beach Park as well. Zion's obviously a larger area, but we're more of a smaller kind of bedroom community, and so we don't necessarily have a lot of large businesses. We don't have a lot of large attractions here. But what we do have is we have the lake. We have large open spaces such as 38 acres. We have a lot of natural amenities that would drive people to Winthrop Harbor if they knew about it and if the word was out there. And so, yeah, we would definitely like to partake in more events. You know, obviously the Parks and Rec Department in Winthrop Harbor does hold several events every year. You know, we have the large carnival, things like the Easter egg hunt.
Great events.
Yeah, that we try and advertise to the Zion and Beach Park areas as well. But what we're looking for is to be able to bring in more events, bring in more volunteers. You know, there's actually only about 7 of us who throw.
A lot more than that.
No,
Jeez.
there's only a handful of us who put on every event that goes on in Winthrop Harbor, and you know, everyone's got kids and their own, you know,
You're
work.
doing an amazing job to do all of that
Yeah.
and keep everything going.
Thank you.
You know, well, we want to try to help you as much as we can. As I think you know, I have like 15 or so digital displays in Winthrop Harbor and Zion, like at N&T's and Linda's and down at the marina and other places that are digital displays that are kind of like, think of them as like an electronic roadside billboard,
Yeah.
but you're not driving. So just an announcement of what's coming up or where you can go or who's got a new Facebook page. The village just rolled out a new Facebook page
Yeah.
that we got to get featured and so on. Or other things, you know, whether it's, you know, some type of a promotion that's coming up, if the fire department's going to be doing family portraits or whatever it might be.
Right.
But if it's community, we want to get it out there. And with the rec department, the same way, you know, when you come up on the fun fair. And I was there Saturday with you,
Yeah.
and I was amazed because I shared on my Facebook page a video that I shot, I forget what year it was, but it was like a flashback, and then going around to some of you guys and looking at the kids, how big they are now versus how little they were then. It's like, oh my God almighty.
And it's fun. I mean, I love being over Parks and Rec. It's fun. I mean, I have 4 kids myself, so I love being with kids. I mean, obviously that's
Now,
part
do
of
you
my
guys,
duty.
you guys co-chair Park and Rec? So how does this
do.
work?
Yeah, so we co-chair. It's myself along with Trustee Marabella.
Oh, Mary, okay.
Yep, we
He's a-
co-chair
he's a good
over.
guy.
Yeah, we co-chair over Parks and Rec and Public Works together.
He's an electrician, because I know that the boys here at the VFW, we've talked about him and involving him in discussing doing our lighting project
Yeah.
properly, because I guess he's got a wealth of experience when it
Oh,
comes
he
to
does,
that.
yeah.
So we want to do something that's right, it's going to be first class, and it's going to last a long time.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
and
definitely your
do it
go-to
right.
guy then.
And I think funding won't be a problem, you know, I mean, a lot of us are willing to kick in some of our own money, and the VFW hall is willing to kick in money, and I'm sure there will be funds from the community too
Right.
to help us achieve our goals. How can we best help the rec department? How can we
Yeah.
best help you?
Absolutely, and it doesn't even have to end with the Parks Department. Obviously, that's
Right.
what my primary focus is, but it also filters into like fire and public
Oh, sure,
safety.
yeah.
We not only need volunteers, like I said, I mean, there's 6, 7 of us who are holding all of these events, and obviously Scott Fuller, who is over Parks and Recreation, he's also trying to facilitate teams and sports and, you know,
He's a
taking
busy-
care of the park. And
busy guy.
yeah, he
Yeah.
has a lot on his plate, and so party planning, isn't always on his forefront. But like I said, it also goes into other aspects of the community. Volunteering, getting involved, and also any donations are huge. Nobody wants taxes to increase. Nobody wants to have to pay more. But I would encourage anyone who's able to pay more, even if it's, a $25 donation, especially to the Parks and Rec Department, goes a long way. That supplies all of the food and drink for our teen night or our gym night, which all of those proceeds then go back into the Parks Department. Yeah, small donations, you might think, oh, it's just $25. I'm not even going to donate it. It's going to mean nothing. The littlest amount helps. Or like I said, any kind of volunteering definitely helps. Every year I put together a park cleanup come spring, just because obviously snow, coming in, always has trash in it, or debris is always flying through. Every year I try to put together a park cleanup. So any kind of volunteering, even in that respect, definitely will help the Parks and Rec Department and the community.
I'm hoping that I can invite more trustees to sit here and kind of share with the community what's on the horizon, and also other people within the community that might have some type of a project that they have in mind, or some type of a program that they want to feature, and make this something that will be an ongoing community video type presentation for the region. Today we're pretty much talking about the harbor, but basically what we do here positively affects the entire region. If we can bring more people to the marina to go charter fishing, that's going to stimulate the whole economy.
Exactly.
So.
Well, and that's the thing. We have such a good area, and we have so many positives. It's just bringing people to those positives, and like I said, really getting people involved. I know we've talked about in the past just really trying to get people very involved in the community, volunteering in the community. And it used to be, you volunteered. You volunteered your time. I mean, our entire fire department was basically all volunteers.
Oh, yeah, for years and years and years.
I mean, I think that mentality is not dead, but it's definitely not what it used to be. It's people don't take that much time out to volunteer themselves in the community, to assist, wherever. I mean, everyone has some sort of a gift. Everyone has some sort of a talent. Using those talents to better your community would go such a long way.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I'm hoping that we can continue this, and we can meet again down the road in a bit. The village has, like I said, now has a new Facebook page. The village is also uploading videos of the meetings on YouTube. They have a YouTube channel as well. I think we can become informed through that as well. I'll try to do what I can do, and I'm available. Like I said, if nonprofits organizations have an event coming up, we'll feature it on our displays in the region and on social media at no charge. I mean, I don't charge for that. So. You can't sell it, so to speak, if you don't say it. So we need to. My whole thing is a minute's worth of video is worth a million words. So I mean, it's you got a visual. You can because I can remember, and I don't remember if we talked about this. If you had been out to the Harbor Fest when we had the fishing around the pond and stuff, and I mean we packed them in. I mean, some of my fellow veteran brothers with the VFW here are gearheads, they got their cars and stuff, and they had their cars there. All of them had their cars there. I mean, we had a ball. I mean, we had a blast. It was great.
I actually spoke with the village administrator. We actually got a new village administrator as of January 1st, David. I spoke to him about bringing the fishing back to 38 acres, reaching out to Bass Pro Shops, see what they can do. So we're going to try and get that going again. I
go get my koi fish from Keystone Hatcheries out west, and they have all manner of fish, whether you want to get catfish, you want to get perch, you want to get, whatever would be conducive to live in that environment, which would be good. Catfish obviously would be good. But when you mentioned the new village administrator, in talking with him, I found that we have a mutual friend from the 3rd Marines, Mike Luff, who was police chief of Park City.
Oh, yeah.
And he worked with Mike and Holderbaum and some of the old guys down in Park City. But also, Mike's son, I hired him down at the marina. He was with me for years. He was going to be my replacement when I retired. But then Zion called him and offered him a job. Now he's a detective sergeant,
Oh,
I
that's
think.
awesome.
But I mean, to me, that's the most rewarding thing that I can feel, that a lot of these guys that started off, whether it's little Johnny Cush or Zeiss or
Yeah.
Greenog or these other Hill or these other guys,
Yeah, now look at them.
watch them. It's
I
just
know.
kind of like looking at the old fun fairs when
Yeah.
when the little kids were little. Now they're big.
Yeah,
Well,
now
the
they're
same
now
way
they're
with-
helping out. Now they're working games and
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's just, it's so rewarding. So, again, I hope you'll like the video. I got a motor mouth, sorry about that. But if you have something that you'd like to feature, give us a call. Please like and share this. Join our Facebook group, the Zion Benton Region, on Facebook. And stay in touch, stay informed. And Alanna, I really appreciate you being here today.
course.
This has been a pleasure.
of course, thank you.
Thank you.